is not playing. That is a winner right there. That's a winner right there. I love it. I love it. Can't get enough of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. What you're going to hear today is going to be all around training. Okay, I want to make sure that you're growing in all areas and all aspects of your life. Okay, now see, so many times we just teach on the skill sets, what to do, skills, and we don't teach enough on the mindset sometimes. Now I know you guys get the morning motivation calls, but I want to give you a little bit of both today. Does that make sense? I want you to build your mindset in addition to building your skill sets, because the mindset grows the leader. Okay, the mindset grows the leader. Now imagine you're planting a seed and you don't know what the seed is, right? But you start noticing it starts growing a bud, okay? But here's the thing, just because it grows a bud, you still don't know exactly what that seed will turn into, right? It go from a bud to a flower, it go from a flower to a bush, right? It go from a bush to a tree. You don't know. Does it make sense? It go from a bud to a stalk. You don't know until what? Fully blooms. Does that make sense? And so right now, I want you to ask yourself, what seed are you? Okay? What seed are you? Are you a grass seed? Meaning, you look like your butt is something, but you don't really go too far. Does that make sense? You don't really go too far. All you do is you just look good. Does that make sense? And when someone mow you down a little bit, you just look good. You like the wave in the wind, all right? Make a presence. You see, you don't really produce any fruit. Does that make sense? Come on, man. Are some of you bushes? Growing in the bushes and you produce a few berries? See, I ain't mad at bushes because bushes still produce some really tasty fruit, don't they? Now, I love me some strawberries. I love me some blueberries, some blackberries, okay? But see, the thing is, some berry trees, I don't know if you noticed, but berry bushes, sometimes it takes an entire year after they fully grow, after they fully develop, before they start putting any fruit. Don't know that? You know that, Sometimes it's an after year before you start seeing the results. Some of you guys are bushes, right? Now, I ain't mad at you. Okay, I ain't mad at you. Matter of fact, I love my bushes, right? And you just haven't fully developed yet. Does that make sense? A few of you on here are trees, okay? You're trees. See? You made a big presence, okay? You made a big presence. You made your face known. Your people are seeing that you're here, but yet it's still taking time for you to fully develop. See, you made a presence, and when people see you on the call, when people hear you speak, when people see you walking around, see, they want to listen to you. They want to gather around you. They love the influence, but they still haven't produced any fruit yet because you still haven't built all the way. That makes sense? Year round, okay? They notice you. Okay? But see, if you grow too early, you'll bend over. That makes sense? Oh, yeah, I'm going to mute everybody. And I'm going to actually that boom. And I'm going to record this because I feel it coming, I don't know what it is, but something inside me is telling me I got a word today, okay? Yes. All right. Now, see, some of y'all are trees, and it's going to take a while before you start producing fruit. You ever seen an apple tree? A fresh apple tree. Have you ever seen one? I love apple trees. You know that? You literally get to go pluck apple. I've seen a lemon tree before. Anybody ever seen a lemon tree? Believe it or not, I found it in the desert in Amazon. It was in Arizona. In Arizona. I actually went out and I plucked a fresh lemon from a lemon tree. Come on now. I loved it. Okay. And see, the thing is, these trees, if they grew the fruit too early, then they'll lean over and they'll collapse. See, it'd be too much pressure if they're not fully founded, right? If they have a strong foundation, if the roots were always set in. Come on now, right? The roots weren't always set in. See, some of you are trees. What's wrong with that? And a few of you on here are bamboo shoots. Does it make sense? A bamboo shoot. See, I don't know if you know about bamboo trees and bamboo shoots, but if you try to grow one in your backyard, you'll plant the seed, and for years and years and years, you have to go back and water it and feed it. Literally for years. Okay, for years, not months, not days, not weeks, years. Now, let me ask you something. Imagine you kept walking back there in your backyard and your neighbors saw you, or you walked in your front yard, your neighbors saw you, right? And they just keep seeing you going back and watering dirt, throwing seeds on dirt, throwing feed on dirt, right? They see you do this week after week after week and nothing is growing, okay? Come winter, you still watering and feeding. Come spring, you still watering and feeding. Come summer, come fall, you're still watering, and that's just 1 year. But you do it again the next year. You do it again the year after. See, eventually your neighbors are going to start looking at you going, what is wrong with this person? What are they doing? See, because they're not seeing anything from you at all. They're not seeing a thing from you at all. All they're seeing is you keep on watering and planting feed. That's it. Right? And they wonder, like, what is wrong with this? They keep going to the same spot. Are they trying to grow a garden? Are they trying to do something? I don't see anything. They need to just stop. They need to just quit. They need to just give up. But then see, as long as you don't stop, what happens is, once it sprouts, it literally grows feet, not inches. It goes feet, okay? Anywhere between 18 feet, I think, within a few weeks, 2 to 6 weeks, boom, overnight. Overnight. See, some of you in this business, you feel like you're pushing. You feel like you're striving. You feel like you're talking. You feel like you're trying to sell. And you're not getting anything. No results at all whatsoever. See, you've been telling people for years and years and years, you're a business, you're an entrepreneur, you got a pet business, you got a pet company, and then you're watching to see anything but, and nothing has better from you. See, they see the grass know how to go on Instagram and make themselves look good, make themselves look like they're doing something, right? They're not really doing nothing, but they know how to make themselves look like they're doing something. Real good marketing, okay? Then you have the bushes, see, the bushes kind of grow a little bit faster. It only took them about a year of no growth, but at least you got to see and witness a little bit of growth. Okay? And then next year, they started producing some fruit, right? They started producing some fruit. Then you got the trees. See, the trees, although it took them some time to get the results, they still solidified their roots, right? People know that they're there. People want to surround themselves and they know how to speak, they know how to talk, that they have their presence around them. Even though they didn't get their full amount of success, they're still there. You get to see the growth happen, and you're witnessing it. But see, you that's the bamboo shoot, you that's the bamboo tree that's going for years and years and years, and you're not seeing nothing at all, no sales, no recruits, but you really are trying, but you really are pushing, but you really are striving. See, I need you to not give up. I need you to faint not in good doing. Does that make sense? I need you to keep on striving. Why? Because what happens is in 7 years, all of a sudden you're an overnight success. And then you laugh at it. When people go, man, you're a success overnight. You went from senior tech consultant to president in 2 months, to diamond in 4 months, to black diamond in 6 months. Oh my goodness, you're an overnight success. But are you? Or was it years in the making? Or was it years in the making? You see what I'm saying? You feel me? You understand where I'm coming from, ladies and gentlemen. See, I need you to understand what seed you are. What seed are you? I understand where you are. See, because believe it or not, if you're still not feeding, if you're still not watering any single one of these, they'll still wither away and die, won't they? Won't they? Go ahead. Leave your grass dry. Watch what happens. Don't it turn brown and start getting all ugly? All of a sudden, you got a brown yard, a burned up yard. You know? They wanted to stop looking good. They stopped posting on social media. They ain't feel like just doing it for the likes anymore. You know? Look, you got the bushes, you know, you got the bushes growing berries. You start watering and feeding that, and guess what? Then now you're not getting any more fruit from it. Yes, it can wither away and die. A tree, I've seen a tree fall over and wither away and die. And go ahead and give up on a bamboo shoot. Even though you haven't been seeing any growth, you stop feeding, you stop watering, it's over. It's over. See, but you gotta understand it's all part of growth, baby. It's all part of growth, and everybody has their own journey. See, my journey is not your journey. My story is not your story. Every plant is different. Every plant will produce different fruit. See, in your business, some of you get it a lot faster. Some of you get sales a lot faster. Some of you get recruits a lot faster. You learn how to start speaking a lot faster, okay? But everybody has their own downfalls. Sure, you might get the recruits, but then what do you do with them? You're not a teacher, you're not a trainer. What do you say? No, hey, I realized I don't know how to build a group. I know how to bring them in, but I don't know how to build them. See, you're not just in a pet business, you're in a people business. Oh man, I don't know how to build people. Well, guess what? You lost your team, now you gotta rebuild. Oh man, I'm getting sales, I'm getting sales, but I don't know how to recruit. I need to recruit, Mr. Brown. I know you do. But I can get the sales. The sales are easy. The sales are coming to me naturally. I understand. But yes, you got to learn how to chew gum and jump over at the same time. Great job getting sales. Now learn how to turn those sales into recruits. Does that make sense? Oh, Mr. Brown, I know how to recruit. I know how to teach my other people to recruit. But I don't know how to get sales. I'm bringing all these people in, but I can't even get active. I can't even get my value, my need to hit my goal to rank up. Well, you got to learn how to sell. Does that make sense? Just like you learn how to recruit, you got to learn how to sell. You got to learn how to add value to the products. You got to learn how to ask for the sale. Does that make sense? Yeah, you got to ask, believe it or not. Don't leave it up to the other person on the other line. Don't go, well, if you like this, just let me know and get back. No, you ask them, is this something that you would like to get today? Would you like to support my business today? Do you see this adding value to your pet? Great. Well, let's get you started today. Let's get you going today. This is the total. Does the total sound okay to move forward with you? Does that make sense? Come on, you gotta learn how to ask for the sale. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Every situation is different. Yes, it is. But it gets easier because you learn how to do it more and more and more. Right? See, all fruits are different. Some are sour, some are sweet, some are tart. Does that make sense? Some are big, some are small. All your wins are different. All your experiences are different. Sometimes you work with sweet people, the kindest people in the world, the nicest people in the world. Sometimes you work with people that ain't too nice, rub you the wrong way, but they're great, aren't they? They know how to recruit, they know how to sell, they know how to move forward. They got to learn people a little bit better, right? Sometimes you work with complicated fruit. It seems like they always want to analyze everything. You want to know the details of everything. Oh, what's all the ingredients in the product? What's that mean? What's that stand for? You guys have research and data, backing everything that is that you do. Okay. They want to research everything, don't they? But guess what? That complicated fruit, once they get everything that they're looking for, they're in. They're in. You start to understand them, they understand you. Does that make sense? Come on now. All right? Yes. Let's go. Let's grow. Come on now. And sometimes you have the party fruit, the fruit everybody loves, strawberries. Strawberries go good for every situation, don't it? You got the cocktail night. Come on now. You got the Valentine's night. Give it some chocolate, make it sweet. Come on now. You got the party fruit. They get around in every situation. Yes, you got those people too. No matter what situation, they just love to be around people. They just love to get around and party around and dance around, right? And be around people. Come on now, you're going to work with all different fruit. But the goal is to produce the fruit. The goal is to plant the seeds and grow the bushes, grow the trees, even grow the grass. Even if all they do is get on the call, even all they do is sell one product or buy some products, right? And if all they, guess what? They count too. Does that make sense? They still part of your business. They're still part of your community, right? And don't forget about the bamboo shoots. Just because you didn't see them grow yet doesn't mean that they're not going to grow. You're investing in people. It's a long-term investment. It's a long-term investment. You want to see the best in people? Keep on growing. That's right. That's right. You want to learn something? Read a book. Hop on a call. Listen to audio. You got to learn how to plant the food. That's the food, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Yes. You got to feed the plants. What books are you reading so that way you can recommend them, right, when they're going through a situation? Oh man, you know, I want to get on the calls, but I'm just going through so much in my family right now. Oh yeah, what are you going through? Well, you know, we about to have a baby. Finances is tight. I just lost my job. I just lost a close one. I just lost my puppy. Right? Everybody goes through something. Come on now. I just got a divorce. Come on. Am I hitting any topics? Am I hitting anything at all? I just got sick. I just lost my leg. I'm in the hospital myself. Come on now. Yes, everybody goes through something. See, what happens when you're constantly feeding yourself, right? You're constantly growing yourself. Guess what? Now you know how to share audios. Now you know how to share videos. Now you know how to share books that will help you in those situations. Why? Because you fed yourself. You're not pouring from an empty cup. You gotta learn how to feed the plants. I love the fact that so many people hop on there, they show face. I love it. Let me know you're paying attention. Y'all are zoomed in. You are locked in, and I absolutely love it. I hope you're taking notes too, though. I'm telling you, I told you, we always work on building skills, but we don't always work on this right here, which grows the leader. I'm trying to grow you the leader before we hop into the skills. I want to see you grow. Let me share something with you. This is why I'm doing this right here. All right. I've been involved in this industry for 7 years. I've been under the amazing tutelage of Dr. London for 5 of those 7 years. Okay. It's been life-changing for me. When I first started network marketing, me and my wife, we were so broke, you know, I can't make this up. We used to eat butter noodles for dinner. Okay. Lunch was peanut butter and jelly. This is after college. Why? Because we couldn't afford anything. I remember Mr. Bangor volunteered to teachers and trainers. When we first met Dr. London, he volunteered to train us, and we couldn't pay him anything. Because all we had was $50 to our name, okay, to eat every month. We decided to do it, we made a personal decision, no shade to anybody. Trust me, that's not where I'm going with this, but we decided to make a personal decision. We don't want no government assistance, no, we just going to do it on our own. Okay? We said we're going to make it through. Rather than making excuses, we're going to make goals. Does that make sense? Rather than making excuses, we're going to make goals. See, it's not about what the situation that we're in, it's about where we're going. Okay? So yeah, we were in that situation. Now, I want to tell you, when we first started, man, we would sit down in the meetings, we used to fast, right? You know what fasting is? Fasting is when you step away from food, right, to have a spiritual growth. Does that make sense? Okay? Now, we used to do that, what's it called? NCBT fast. Y'all ever heard that one? Ever heard of NCBT fast? No? Nobody? Okay. It's called the no choice but to fast. Because you ain't got nothing else to eat. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, you better believe it, okay? Yeah, the NCBT fast. No choice but to fast. All right, Ms. Brown can tell you, we still came to meetings after the meetings. We still sat around the table with Dr. London, right? And he used to look at us because they all used to order it and eat food, right? And we just sit there and look, like we're not hungry, you know, and they'd be like, oh, y'all want something? Yeah, we just want a little bite. Thank you, you know. They give us a little piece. Come on, y'all. Yeah, we used to go through it. See, so I understand what I'm speaking is not just because I'm just telling you. No, it's because I've been through it. I understand. I may not look like what I've been through, but I understand. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So we all been on a part of a journey, but see, where we are is not where we'll be. Come on now, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. See, I have my mind, I have my focus on the end goal. I'm going to my job during that time, and I ran into a young lady, and I tried to recruit her, right? She said, oh, well, you got a good job here. I said, yeah, well, it ain't paying all the bills, you know? She said, well, you know, what do you want? I said, well, I want to be a millionaire. She said, you want to be a millionaire? I said, excuse me? Yes, I want to be a millionaire. Why wouldn't I want to be a millionaire? You don't want to be a millionaire? Come on now. You know, and the way she told me, I almost felt disrespected. Like, she don't think I deserve to be a millionaire. Okay? Now, I ain't a millionaire yet, but I'm on my way. Does that make sense? But I will tell you this. I'm a far fetched away from where I used to be. Right? And why? It's because of consistent habits. Consistent habits. Let me ask you something. If I ask you right now, what's the definition of lifestyle? Anybody know? What's your definition of lifestyle? Type it in the chat. I want to read some definitions of lifestyle. Okay? While you're doing this, I want you to really think about it. It don't got to be no long, drawn-out answer. I don't need you to type a paragraph. But I want you to just, you know, tell me what you think. What's your definition of lifestyle? Anybody? Anybody whatsoever at all? Okay. Not where I want to be. The manner in which you live comfortably. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that, Charlotte. The way you live. I like that, Miss Griffiths. Okay. How you live on a daily. I like that, Mr. Davis. Good. Lifestyle. How you live. Absolutely. Okay. So when you dream about your future, right? What is the lifestyle you envision? Habitual habits, okay? Boom, boom, boom. Style of life. Absolutely. Okay? Well, here's my definition. Okay? I say lifestyle is a mixture, okay, of eminent and inanimate situations and objects. Okay? Meaning, yes, material things and non-material things. It's a little bit of both. Does that make sense? Okay? It's like some of you said, what you see around your daily life almost every day to the point where it's normal. Right? Think about that. Okay? What do you see every day to the point where it's normal? What's one thing in our lifestyle that we could all just kind of understand, right? Well, the one thing is brushing our teeth. Isn't that a lifestyle? You always brush your teeth every morning, right? About taking a shower. I hope all of us, you know, can understand that, right? Taking a shower is part of our lifestyle, okay? Right? Eating, right? Eating lunch, eating dinner. It's part of our lifestyle, okay? That's three things that we all correlate with, no matter who you are. Brushing your teeth, washing up, and eating, okay? What are other things that you see on a daily basis as part of your lifestyle? Right? See, what I want you to do is I don't want you to just focus on where your lifestyle is now, but I want you to focus on where your lifestyle will be. Okay? Because what happens is, see, a lot of people, when we start thinking about our lifestyle, we think it's like a switch, like an off and on light, right? For 1 minute it's off, the next minute it's on. Right? Don't we almost think like that sometimes? Oh, well, in 5 years, I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be doing that. And it's almost like you expect everything to come all at once, but that's not how it works. This is deep right here, ain't it? It's not how it works. It's a progress. It's a journey. It's something that you work up to, that you get there. And so, see, something needs to happen normal up here in order for it to be normal up there. You see? Your lifestyle now is what's keeping you where you are. I want you to go back and reflect in your past 5 years. What has your lifestyle been your past 5 years? That's why you are where you are now. What has been normal to you over the past 5 years? That's why you are where you are now. So if you have a vision, if you have a goal of where you want to be, and if you want that to be your norm, then what needs to change in order for you to make that your normal? Do you understand what I'm putting down? Good, good, love it, love it. See, something needs to change, okay? Something needs to change from within. Something needs to change from your surroundings. Something needs to change from your outside, even your appearance. Yes, everything. See, things need to change in order for you to get to where you're looking to be. But you have to understand, okay, what that change is. See, that change is different for everybody. Some people, it is your appearance. Maybe you always dress lackadaisical, like you always, wearing sweatpants, or you're always wearing just a t-shirt. You're always wearing just, some. And what happens when you go to recruit people? That's what they see. So if that's always what you're wearing, dude, and they're not taking you serious as a business person, maybe that's what needs to change. Maybe you don't keep your hair done. Maybe you don't keep shaped up enough. Right? Come on now. Ladies, whatever your situation is, the nails, the feet, whatever, I don't know. You know. Okay? Sometimes it's the outer appearance that needs to change. Yes, you need to take your outer look as serious as you do your inner groups, okay? And your inner self. You have to dress for success. What Mr. Davis used to have a little saying. What was he saying? Dress how you want to be. That's what it. Dress how you want to be addressed, right? Dress how you want to be addressed. See, sometimes you need to change your look. You need to change your appearance. When I first started business, right? This is a little personal, okay? But this is real. I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. When I first started in business, okay? Matter of fact, I believe I even knew Mr. Davis at this time. I actually had dreadlocks, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know that, okay? I used to have dreadlocks, okay? But because of my hair texture, right? It wasn't always the nicest, okay? I get it dreaded up, and it started getting frizzy within about a week, okay? Within about a week. Does that make sense? Okay? And what I realized was people would judge me on my appearance. Does that make sense? They would judge me on my appearance. Is it right? No, it's not right, but it's reality. Did I like it? No, I didn't like it. But I had to come to terms with it. Does that make sense? See, sometimes you're so stubborn, okay, that you think you can change somebody else. See, you can't change people. You can motivate them. You can inspire them. You can teach them, but you can't change them. The change needs to come from them. Does that make sense? So all I can do is change their perspective, right? The way that they view me, the way that they see me, right? And I realized, hey, if this is something I had to do for myself, okay, to look more just business savvy, okay, unfortunately, I had to cut my locks. Did I want to? I didn't want to. I didn't want to, but I did, right? And shortly after, I met Dr. London. Does that make sense? Now, I'm not telling you guys to grow your locks, you got to cut your locks. That's not what I'm saying at all. No, don't think that's what I'm saying. Absolutely not. Mr. Davis, you got locks for days, sir. You've been growing your locks for 20 years, sir. Your locks is swinging to your heels right now, to your Achilles, Nah, sir, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for me personally, because of my hair texture, right? It always got so frizzy, so I had to switch it up. I had to switch to something that brought me a more professional appearance. So yes, sometimes you got to change your professional appearance. Dress how you want to be addressed. Does that make sense? Right? Now, the thing is, okay, the next thing is, right? Some of you don't want to change your attitude. You don't want to change your attitude. I see it all the time. I hear it all the time, you know? See, it's something called pride that gets in the way. You ever heard of that? It's called pride, you know? It's never your fault, right? It's always somebody else's fault. It's the government's fault, right? It's the Democrats. It's the Republicans. It's the government, right? Come on now. It's your family members. It's your mom. It's your dad, your aunt, your uncle. Those darn cousins of yours. It's those lazy co-workers of yours. It's that darn boss of yours, right? Come on now. See, I gotta be real with y'all. I gotta keep it honest with y'all because, you know, this is something that we have to discuss if you want to grow, right? See, sometimes it's something called pride that gets in the way, but really it's your own attitude. So you blame the only thing that you have, ladies and gentlemen. This is all you got. You blame your family, that's the only family you got. You blame society, it's the only society that you got right now. You blame the only thing that you have. That's not going to get you anywhere. So you got to start taking a look from within. You got to start taking ownership of everything that has happened in your life. Take ownership. Own it. See, there's a lot of insecurities on everybody on this call. You got insecurities, you know it. I told you I'm going to be real. I'm going deep with y'all. Yeah, I know. I'm putting my psychology hat on because I got to. Because I'm tired of seeing people being so stable. No, I want to see you grow. Okay, this is a real talk moment. You have insecurities, yes, you do. Okay? See, what happens is some of you never, ever grow out of those insecurities. When I was younger, I used to have insecurities, even back in middle school. Believe it or not, that was my most insecure stage of my life ever. Middle school. It's like I was in a middle stage of I was like a chubby fat boy, but I wasn't. You know, it was like I wasn't a loser, but I wasn't a cool kid. You know, I was just so insecure. Oh yeah. See, but what happened was I realized if I wanted that to change, then I needed to change. So my attitude changed. What did I do? I put myself in an uncomfortable position. Believe it or not, I was in middle school and I was a swimmer. I was a swimmer, y'all. I was on the swim team, swimming my little heart out. Okay? I would race lifeguards at the Boys and Girls Club, and I would beat them, believe it or not. Imagine some little kid, 12 years old, you know, racing a lifeguard and beating the lifeguards. That was me, right? Doing a little butterfly. You ever seen a butterfly with a guy? Yeah, I was doing a butterfly, right? A little backstroke. I was doing it all, ladies and gentlemen, okay? But swimming season was over. And for some reason, I was still a little chunky boy. I was exercising, but I was still chunky but funky, right? So my dad told me, I gotta go to football, right? Says, swimming season is over, you gotta play some football. I'm gonna put you on flag football. I was so nervous because I didn't know how to play. I didn't know nothing, right? So guess what I did? I cried. I cried my heart out. Yes, I did. Why? Because I was so insecure. I didn't want to go over there and be a person that didn't know how to play amongst all those other kids that was so athletic in football, right? I don't want to do it. See, the swimming was my comfort zone. But guess what? He still pushed me to do it. Maybe that was the little change I needed, because as I was leaving middle school and going to high school, I realized I want to play real football. And I told myself, in order for me to get there, I need to change. So the entire summer, what I did was I watched TV, right? Every time it came to a commercial, I would do 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups. Every commercial, boom. So it was like every 15 minutes or so, 25 push-ups, 25. I did that the entire summer until it came to practice, right? I can't make this up. Went from a little chunky but funky boy to having six-pack abs within a couple months. You know, I felt good. I ain't never had abs my entire life. See, but it was the way my attitude changed, right? The way my mindset changed, it led me to what it is I wanted. Now, what if I decided I wanted to stay insecure? What if I decided I wanted to stay in that same position, right? In that same lifestyle, there you go, Miss Charlotte. In that same lifestyle, and I didn't want to get in my what? My uncomfortable zone. I want to stay in my comfort zone. I didn't want to get uncomfortable. What if I would have done that? See, sometimes you need that change. Sometimes you need that push. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm that push for you today. I'm telling you, you have to step out. I'm telling you, you have to grow. I'm telling you, you have to stretch. You have to. See, some of you want the results without stretching. You ever work out without stretching before? Like a real serious workout? What happened? People tore something, right? They sprained something. They injured themselves because they try to go too hard without stretching. See, some of you try to go too hard in your business, meaning you go, I want to be a millionaire. You mad that you're not a millionaire overnight. Well, you never stretched yourself. How you gonna get to that status if you never stretch yourself? You're still doing the same thing you always do. And now you're out of the business. Now you hurt. Now the business don't work. Now you got something against network marketing. Now you blaming your leaders. Now you blaming the company. Now you
Come on, son. Yes, sir.
Now you blaming everybody around you except yourself, but you ain't never stretched. Come on, y'all. I didn't know what I was going to get on and talk to y'all about today, but I knew I had to talk about something. I knew I had to be real with y'all today because this is a moment for us all to grow. I want y'all to remember this day as a day you decided to stretch, as a day you decided to grow, as a day you decided to dig within, okay? And stop pointing the blame and change your attitude. Change the look from within. So we talked about the outer appearance, okay? We talked about the inner, right? Hopefully you'll identify what seed you are so you don't give up on yourself. See, a fish tries to go his entire life trying to climb a tree, it'll always think it's a failure. Some of you meant to swim while you're trying to climb. Does that make sense? Swim upstream. Stop trying to climb a tree. Right?
Yes,
now,
sir. Yes, sir.
We got the inner. We got the outer. The next thing to grow, the next thing to work on are the skills. Okay? You have to work on your skills. You have to learn how to become, number one, an entrepreneur, meaning you breathe entrepreneur. You speak entrepreneur. You show entrepreneur. And I've had Mr. Bailey follow me around before. I've had Mr. Ray. You know, we'll go out and we'll go recruiting sometimes, right? And even Miss Lucy sometimes. And they literally see me do this. I'll stop random people and I'll ask them, hey, man, you look like you're an entrepreneur. They'll be like, I am. How you know? I am. And they see me do it countless times over and over and over again. They'll be like, they got to the point where they had to ask them, Mr. Brown, how do you know this? How do you know these people are entrepreneurs? How do you know these people have businesses? How do you know? You keep asking these people and they say, yes, they do have. They say, yes, they are. How do you know this? You know why? I just told them, I don't know, just something within, something I recognized, I realized. I didn't know how to explain it, but now I know what it is. So you take an entrepreneur to know an entrepreneur. See, when you become a real entrepreneur inside out, everything around you, your aura will represent entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir.
Here's the thing, they won't dressed up. Were they, Mr. Bailey? They weren't always dressed up.
No, sir. No, sir.
Were they, Mr. Ray? They weren't always dressed up. Sometimes they were in just sweatsuits. but I still recognized it. Maybe it was their posture, their confidence in which they walked, the fact that they worked on themselves so much, that they developed themselves so much, that their self-love grew. Maybe that's what it was. Their confidence in themselves grew. And you can sense it. See, some of you aren't happy with who you are. That's not my fault. That's your fault. You got to learn how to become an entrepreneur. You got to learn how to feed yourself. Just like you feed your body, feed your mind. Feed your inner self. I'm sorry, I don't want to go back there again, but you get the point. You got to learn how to become an entrepreneur first. And the second thing is you got to learn how to become a network marketer. You got to go from amateur, okay, or poser to amateur. Does that make sense? So when you first get started, a lot of you are posers. You don't really know what you're saying. You don't really know what you're doing. You're just acting like you do, you know? Hey, I got this business. Yes, they ask you a question. You go, hold on, and you take a break from chat and you go call your upline, You call someone that you feel like they may have the answer. You come back and you act like you knew the whole time. Oh, yeah, see, well, what you need to do is you need to scan a coat because, the dog allergies, you ain't know that, but you acting like you do, I don't blame you. Come on now. See, but you got to go from poser to amateur. Now, here's the thing, right? If you look at the Olympics, okay, keep in mind, the Olympics are the best of the best. You want to know something crazy to think about? The challenge every Olympian deals with is the same challenge the amateur deals with. I'm going to say that again. The same amount of adversity that the Olympian deals with, okay, is the same amount of adversity and challenge the amateur deals with. See, just because you're an amateur doesn't mean the Olympian got that much more difficult. Does that make sense? No, but what happened was the Olympian worked themselves to compete with that person who's that difficult. Does that make sense? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. I hope y'all understand where I'm going with this, See, the thing is, they're already at this level. Just because you're an amateur doesn't mean that they go higher. No, they're still there, right? So what it means is you need to go higher, okay? You need to grow to get to their level. Because once you get there, they're still at the same difficulty, right? They're still experiencing, everybody still want to deal with that same person. Everybody. The others just work themselves up that much harder to be able to compete in that field. So you got to go from a regular entrepreneur and a poser, okay, to a network marketer where you're starting to learn the skills and you're an amateur, okay? You know a few things. You feel like oh, I know Bam Fam. I'm a Bam Fam. I know, I'm a Bam Fam, Look at me in front of me, okay? You start saying all the things. The greatest learners are the greatest earners, right? Start learning all the lingo, right? You can give a little presentation here and there, okay? So you start knowing all the little things to say. Became a little amateur, Now to the poser, you look good. But see, to the professional, they can see that you still need some work. It's like a hoopty, right? You're still moving from point A to point B, but you just busted a little bit.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, need a little shine. Okay, you might need a new engine, right? You might need an oil change. See, you got to go from an amateur and a network marketer then to a professional network marketer. So what's the difference between those two? Okay, what's the difference? The difference is not just knowing the little terms. The difference is not knowing the little analogy, a few books that you read. The difference between an amateur and the professional is the experience. It's the experience. That's the difference. So, Mr. Brown, you're telling me if someone was in network marketing for 10 years, and I'm doing for 5 years, and they should be a professional, and nope, I didn't say that. I didn't say how long they've been doing it. I said their experience. See, out of those 10 years, how much were they working their business? In those 10 years, how much were they actually building and recruiting? In those 10 years, how much were they building people and building themselves? In those 10 years, how much were they working on marketing and social media presence? In those 10 years, how were they working on selling products? I was saying, see, it's the experience that takes you from an amateur or a network marketer to a professional network marketer. So I'm gonna go from the beginning. From the very beginning of what this industry is all about. What's the main skill that you wanna work on when you're working to grow your business? Well, I say the first thing is learning how to sell, believe it or not. Why? Because you can have a dynasty of an organization, but if you don't know how to sell, you're not going to get one lick of the entire value. Right? And if you don't know how to sell, how are you going to teach them how to sell? What you going to teach them? So you go and teach what you know. You can act like you're teaching something that you don't know, but it's going to come off as fake. They're going to know that you're faking. You don't want to be a poser. It's okay to be an amateur as long as you're on your way to being a professional. So you got to learn how to sell. So how do you sell, ladies and gentlemen? How do you get sales? Right now, I want you to look into your back office, and honestly, at this point, you should know what your back office is. You should know what your PV says. If it says anything other than 700 before the end of this month, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. So you got to learn how to sell, okay? Someone said, know your products. That's a part of it, but it's not everything. Okay? That's part of it, but it's not everything. One thing I learned about Dr. London, when he got involved with network marketing, he didn't know a darn thing about those products when he first started. He ain't never had the product. He didn't even have the products when he was doing a presentation. But he still knew how to sell. So it told me that it wasn't all just about the product. It's something else other than just the knowledge about the product. Okay? When I was in college, I remember I had a little book, a book venture, I'll call it. Okay, it was a small venture, but it would happen at the end of every semester. Okay? Now, when I first saw this opportunity, I turned away from it, but my roommate decided to do it, okay? And it was called Bell Tower Books. Does that make sense? And what they would do, and which I found out, because I went to my roommate, well, one day I walked in the room, and he had a bed full of cash. It was like $5,000 just cash sitting there, right? I'm like, oh my goodness, where'd you get this money? That's a lot of money. Where'd you get this money? You know? He said, well, it's part of the thing I'm doing. They just gave you $5,000 cash? He said, yeah. I said, well, what do you got to do? He said, I got to buy the books. Wait, you got to buy their books? Yes. And you give them cash? Yes. Okay, well, I'm intrigued now, right? At first, I turned away because I didn't think I liked sales, right? But then, me being his roommate, I got to see how many people were coming to his room, bringing their books, right? Coming to him. He scans them, he gives them cash, and he just made a commission, right? So that taught me something. I said, hey, this thing works. If he can do it, guess what? If my roommate can do it, I've seen this person every day this entire year. I've seen him not stay committed to the tests. I've seen him not studying. I've seen him not do his homework. I've seen him choose partying over being responsible. So if he's getting results from this, I know I can. Right? So I told myself, so I said, next semester, I'm doing this with you. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Next semester came. I said, oh, I'm going all in. Okay? They gave me a stack full of flyers like this. okay? And I didn't know a thing about what this opportunity was about. All I knew was I was trying to make some money, okay? Now I put two and two together. They said at the end of the semester, okay, which is a week long now, keep that in mind, it's a week long. What you do is you'll get 3% of all the books that you buy back, okay? And so I started scanning books. Books come up, $25. Scan another book, $50. Scan another book, $5, $7, $12, okay? They range. Very rarely would you find a book $50 and up. Most books were $20 and under. So you had to sell a lot of books to make a lot of money. Does that make sense? But I realized something. I said, you know what? There's an opportunity here. I decided I'm gonna do something different, okay? I'm gonna work this as a business. See, I have the cash, I have the scanner, and I tell them what I'm gonna give them, and they tell me yes or no. That's a business. Just because it tells me the book is worth $25 doesn't mean I need to give them $25. If I can offer them less, then hey, it's my business. Does that make sense? So I decided to work it like a business. And I went to one person, and the book was $25. I told him, it's $20. He said, sure. I said, oh, okay. Boom, gave him $20. I'm pocketing $5. Now I just made some money. I just made cash. I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. That was kind of exciting, you know? I went to the next person. The book came out $20. The book is worth $10. I'll give you $10 for this book. Okay, what? Okay, boom. I just made $10. Oh, see, now I'm excited, you know? Now I realize that if this is my store, if I'm going to them, right, it's like a retail outlet. I can scan the books, I can tell them what I want to buy for the books, like a pawn shop, okay? And I can give them cash for the books. Do you understand that once I realized that was all the spark I needed? See, sometimes you just need a little mini win when you just make the decision to go all in, right? So after that day, what I did is I went out, written down on all the flyers, every single flyer, cash for your books, cash for your books. I wrote my number, okay? And I started talking to literally every single person that walked by me. I was just walking on campus, you know, I would walk up to them, and it got to the point where I had my own pitch. I said, hey, how you doing? You know, you got any books you don't want, don't need? I buy and give you cash for your books. Here's my flyer, okay? Some people, they acting like they don't want to listen to me. That's okay. I'm still talking to them. I'm walking to them and talking to them. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's okay. You don't got to listen to me, but I'll tell you what. I buy your books for cash. You got any books you don't want, don't need? Here, take my card anyway. Think about it. Give me a ring, okay? See, what happened was I did it to so many different people, right? That eventually I got the name the book guy. I got the name the book man. They started calling me, hey, you the book man, right? Hey, I got some books for you. See, it got to the point where I spread my name out there so much that here's the thing, my roommate was still doing it. There's still 5 other distributors on the campus that were still doing it. But see, I just outworked everybody, and I got the name of the book man. Why? Because the others would just sit in their room, and they told them, you got to come to my room. And I go, no, I come to you. See, I wasn't afraid to hustle. I wasn't afraid to push. I wasn't afraid to try. I wasn't afraid to do this, to talk to people. See, it got to the point where it didn't come off like I needed them. It got to the point where I talked to so many different people, it created a need. Does that make sense? That they needed me. And my posture changed. From the first person I talked to, hey, how you doing? Do you have any books? I was trying to figure it out. I didn't know what to say. I was trying to figure it out. But I got to the point where I talked to so many different people, I got better and better and better and better and better and better. Got to the point where I was talking to people and said, oh yeah, come to my dorm right now. Yeah, I'm going to my dorm, follow me. I go, okay. They go, oh yeah, and I got friends. You want to give them cash for the book? Like cash right now? Yeah, I'll give you cash right now. Okay, yeah, I got friends too. Come on, just follow me. Right? And it got to the point where I get that whole hallway. They start knocking on the doors for me. Right? Hey, come make some money real quick. Hey, grab your books. Hey, grab your books. This guy here want to buy your books. Okay? By the end of that semester, by the end of that week, this is my first time ever doing it. I became one of the top 10 distributors in the entire region. I bought over $10,000 worth of books. And I made over $3,000 cash from running my own business. Does that make sense? And I was so excited, man, $3,000 in a week to a college student. You know how I felt? I didn't know how to act, you know? See, if I was smart, if I knew what I knew now, I would have put all that in Bitcoin, you know? I would put it all in Bitcoin, you know? I'd be a multi-millionaire right now, but I didn't know. You see? So instead, I bought a motorcycle and a big screen TV. So what's my point? My point is, right? I learned how to sell, not because I knew every book, not because I knew what I was doing. It was only a week long. And my first time ever doing it for a week, I became one of the top 10 distributors in the entire region. I did it off of pure aggressiveness. And I talked to so many different people. There was about 3,000 people on the campus. I had to talk to at least 1,000 of them, at the very least. I got to the point where I was just sliding my card into everybody's door. I got into a dorm room because they won't let you go in there. Like when you went into a dorm room in college, because I was at HBCU, y'all, so they were real strict, you know. They treated like you know, you at your parents' house or something. So they went over there and said, who you coming to visit? No. If you ain't got nobody to visit, you can't come in. Right, I'm like, man, whatever. So when I got the opportunity to go into a dorm and they let me in, I'm like, oh yeah, all right, I'm taking advantage. Before I walk out, I'm going through every wing, I'm going through every aisle and just throwing my card under every door. I talked to so many different people. I saw people walking in, I'm grabbing, I'm stopping, I'm talking to them, right? Yes, that's how aggressive I was working. It got to the point where the school pulled me aside. The school now, right? They pulled me aside and said, listen, you need to stop buying these books. I said, why? They said, soliciting. I said, how's soliciting? I'm not buying it. I'm not selling anything. I'm buying. They got mad. You know, he got mad. He said, I'm not buying that. I'm not soliciting. I'm not soliciting. No, I'm buying the books. They want to sell it to me versus selling it to the bookstore. Yeah, that's why. You know what? The bookstore is losing money. Well, that's not my fault. That sounds like a personal problem. I got to the point where I was working, I'm so aggressive, the school got mad at me. Does that make sense? But that just told me how good of a job I was doing, you know? And I had to just be more incognito with it. I'm like, man, get me in trouble. Now I had to, all right, where you want me at? All right, well, they asked me, we got me here. He's behind the building, right? And they come behind the building, I give them the money. They're just trying to look suspicious now. It's just books, you know? I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right? It was a journey. You know, it was a journey. I became the book man. Did I know every book? No. Did I know everything everybody else was saying? No. Did I have anybody to teach me how to do it? No. But yet I was still able to sell. So it's not necessarily knowing all your products. It's more so what? Working and hustling in your business. That's an entrepreneur. That's how you build. That's how you sell. You gotta hustle. You gotta talk. You gotta share what you have. You gotta put it out there to people. That's how you work and build your business, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you get sales. You wonder why you ain't getting sales? Because you ain't talking to enough people. You talk to your aunt, to your cousin, to your mom, to your dad. They won't buy nothing. Oh, boo-hoo, you talk to 4 people. That's not enough. Most of my business coming from sales from people I've never met in my life. Or people that I've met via social media, and then I met them in person after I met them on social media. See, your family and friends will support you when strangers celebrate you. Sure, I'm not saying don't do it, right? I'm not saying don't try to talk to your friends, your family members. That's your high and your warm market. If anything, that's where you should start, okay? That's where you should start. But notice how I said start. That's not where you finish. That's where you start. That's your practice market. That's where you get your feet wet. But eventually, it's going to run out. Does that make sense? Eventually, you're going to have talked to everybody, but your business still needs to grow. I'm in the DC area. I want you to do your own research in your own state. There's 4.3 million people in the DMV area alone. I couldn't talk to everybody in the city if I tried. If I tried. You see? And that's just this area alone. So I need you to understand what it takes to become successful and get some sales. Is not being, oh, I got to learn all the product, I got to know all the product. No, it's hustle. That's what it is. Notice how when I started this call, I said, sometimes you got to build skills, but you also got to build the inner you. And that's why I started off this call like that, because I wanted to draw y'all in. I want you to get to understand that there's some type of things that you need to change inside, which are your daily habits, right? You need to change those habits and make it a lifestyle. Sometimes you got to look within and see what you did in the past 5 years and understand that's what led to where you are today. So if you want to grow, you have to change something within. Maybe you're not hustling enough. Maybe you're not talking to enough people. You're too comfortable where you are. Sorry, that's the truth. But if I don't tell you the truth, how can you grow? Make sense? So yes, you got to learn how to sell. You want to learn how to sell? Have hustle. That's what it really comes down to. I see, once you have hustle, everything else catches up to you. The right thing to say catches up to you. Your perfect pitch catches up to you. Knowing what your #1 product is catches up to you.
Yes, sir.
Having confidence and posture catches up to you. Having the right voice tones catches up to you. But you got to start with hustle. I can't teach you hustle. That's got to come from within. That's a personal decision that you need to change. Some of you thought you were hustling, but maybe my story woke you up a little bit. You're not hustling enough. You understand? I want you to grow. So I got to have this real talk moment, all right? So you got to hustle to sell some products. That's what it really comes down to, okay? Now, here's the thing. Once you learn how to sell, okay? And once you learn how to talk to people about the products, so the next part becomes that much easier, learning how to recruit. Why? Because you've learned the passion. You've learned how to talk to people and go through the numbers. Now you're just switching it up. You're going from the products to the opportunity. Okay? You're going from the products to the opportunity. See, the first thing I was talking about is all about hustle. That's how you get sales. But building is slightly different. It's the same thing to bring them in, right? Because you have to sell them the opportunity. I know we say we don't sell. We just educate, help the blind see. Yes, that's true. That's true. But you still got to talk to enough people for everybody to see it. Does that make sense? You still got to have the right confidence, the right posture. Because if you don't, you sound like you questioning your opportunity. I'm not joining you. I'm not getting involved with you. You questioning your own belief. You don't even know if you're about to achieve. Why would I join your team if you don't even know if you're about to win? Nah, I wouldn't join a winner. I don't know. You're not signing me up. You're not bringing me in. Don't question. Have confidence, have belief. See, all that comes when you learn how to sell. Because you realize if you do what I just did, you'll make no money. You'll make money regardless. You don't have to build a team. You can still make money. So there's another thing though, right? Because I said it's not all the same. What I mean by that is this. See, you can have hustle and bring people in, but hustle doesn't keep them there. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that again. I'm telling y'all, this is a gem right here. I'm telling you. So you can have hustle, and it takes hustle to bring the people in, but it doesn't keep them there. Yes, you got to talk to people. Yes, you got to recruit. Yes, you got to bring them in. And new blood is the lifeblood in your business. It gets exciting when you bring somebody in fresh. But there's a different type of skill set now that you need to grow a person. Make sense? See, you learn how to become a network marketer. Well, first you learn how to become an entrepreneur. You learn how to become a network marketer. You know how to sell the products. You know how to bring them in. But now you got to go to a professional network marketer. It's a different type of level, ladies and gentlemen. It's a different type of level. So to become a professional network marketer, now you have to learn how to grow people. It's not just off of your hustle alone. So your hustle alone will get you so far. But see, your hustle is not necessarily going to rank those people up. Or if it do, it's only going to feed them but 1 month. See, it's a different type of skill set that's needed. Now you have to learn people. In order to grow people, that comes from within. This is where I recommend books. Network marketing. You haven't read Network Marketing? Grab a book. Read it. Read it. Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, one of my favorite people in the world. My wife, she can't stand him. Not that she doesn't like him. He just puts her to sleep. There's something about his voice. Whenever I hear him, he puts me to sleep. But I love it. It's called The Art of Exceptional Living. The Art of Exceptional Living. Come on, I highly recommend it. See, it's going to need to be something that comes from within to build other people. Miss Freeman said, me too. Okay? See, now you got to understand that while you're hustling, because you still got to keep the hustle up, you don't stop recruiting. You don't stop selling. That's part of it, right? That's part of being a professional. You got to set the tone. You got to set the pace. You got to be recruiting while they are too. You got to be selling while they are too. Don't let everybody else post receipts. You ain't supposed to receipt the whole month, right? Everybody else recruiting their butt off here, recruiting nobody the whole month. No, You have to keep and set the tone, set the pace, so we respect you as a productive leader. You're doing not what I say, but you're doing what I do. Does that make sense? Okay. But here's where the other side comes. Y'all ready for it? The other piece of this. You have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, that people are people. Just because they signed up in a business does not mean that all of a sudden all problems, all issues stop in their life. Does not mean that all of a sudden, right, they're avoiding health issues. No more health issues will ever occur. Not mean that now all of a sudden no more financial issues will ever occur. Does not mean no more relationships issues will ever occur. No, none of that goes away. So now what it takes to keep people there and build people is leadership skills. So you had to learn how to become a good Indian. Now you got to learn how to become a good chief. There's a few things that you have to work on. And the first thing is this: you got to learn how to be an amazing storyteller, ladies and gentlemen. You do. You have to learn how to share stories. The thing is, it doesn't always have to be your story. So your story is being written right now as we speak. But it doesn't stop here. It's going to keep on going. And see, the most exciting stories that you get, I heard Mr. Bailey say on some other call in the morning. I was like, that's so true. He said, the most exciting story that you're going to have is the story while you're in the practice right now, going to that goal of Black Diamond. See, once you hit Black Diamond, it's the times that you look back on what it took to get there. That's going to be the stories that influence, that motivate, and inspire people. So you got to understand that every experience that you go through personally, where you learn how to be an entrepreneur, where you learn how to overcome, understand there's a reason that's happening in your life. Sometimes you go, God, why me? Why me, God? Start comparing yourself to other people. Don't do that. Because what you don't realize is the thing that you're going through now, that's what's going to inspire the person that you're bringing in the future. The person that thought about quitting. The person that thought about dropping out. The person that thought about walking away. That person that said, this is too much for me. See, it's your stories that you'll be able to share of real events in your life, real events in people's lives that you know, that keeps them there. You gotta learn how to become a great storyteller. The second thing is you gotta learn how to build great culture. You gotta learn how to build great culture. See, what you don't want to do is you don't want to build a culture of excusehood, right? Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. It's, don't worry about it. Everybody just don't worry about it. No. No, sorry. No memory. Okay. See, you got to build a culture of people that understand, right? That whatever you're doing and wherever you are is because of where you are. I mean, you got to build a culture of winners, right? Not a culture where people can point the blame and finger everywhere else. See, in order to build a culture of winners, of winnerhood, right? It's called winnerhood, right? If that's what you want, number one, you got to set the tone. Number two, you got to be able to teach and share the stories. See how they're all correlating together? All right? You got to be able to teach and share the stories. Number three, you got to learn how to talk and build people up to the point where they understand where their lack is. You got to be able to help people identify where their lack is. See, what you don't want to do is see them here and think that's where they're going to be. That only says all the time, this business is like a plane taking off, like a jet taking off. If you use 20 is fuel taking off and 20% coasting, okay? 80% is fuel taking off, 20% coasting. Now, typically when he says that, he's talking about getting your business up and running. It takes everything out of you to get it up and running. Then once you're there, it only takes 20% to maintain it. But let's take that same analogy, okay? Let's wing it a little bit different, slightly different. I'm almost done, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Your business, the people that you bring into the business, like a jet taking off, okay? You might see them here, but you got to get them full throttle so they can work to go up higher. Does that make sense? The thing is, you got to encourage them to use the fuel. See, the truth of the reality is this. If I'm brand new, I may be afraid to burn my 80%. See, I don't know what's ahead. Do I really want to sacrifice the time with my friends? Do I really want to sacrifice the time with my family? Do I really want to sacrifice, going to that barbecue, to that cookout? See, me going full throttle is me burning my fuel, and most of the time, people that are just getting started, they're afraid to do so because they don't know what to expect. And if you have low-level leadership, I'm not going to feel confident enough in you as a leader for me to burn all my fuel for you or with you. And that's real talk. You wonder why you can't get people to be productive? It's because you don't have good leadership skills. Sorry, that's the truth. You don't know how to make people go full throttle. You don't know how to get people to burn the fuel. They're not wanting to burn the fuel for you or with you. Whew. I know it's heavy. I know. But take
Yes.
We're sorry. We're going to get over it. Don't worry. We're going to work it. We're going to work it. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay? Breathe in, breathe out. Now, here's the thing. If that's you, and that's where you are, you don't have to stay there. See, I used to be there, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I started this call out, remember? I said, I've been doing this for 7 years. And I went into me going to college, but no, then I did a year and a half in network marketing, okay? I was the bamboo shoot. I ain't seen not an ounce of results, okay? Then I started working with Dr. London. Oh man, you wanna hear some vicious talks? Oh yeah. I had to take it on the chin because it was true. I knew it. But I understood it was coming from a good place. See, you wanted to see me grow. The person you see now is not the person who I was. The person who I am now is not the person I'll be in 5 years. What I don't want you to do is go, "Woo, man, I remember that speech that Mr. Brown gave that one Thursday. Oh, man, you should have heard it. That was the best speech he ever gave. Oh, my goodness." Now, not 5 years from now. 5 years from now, I want you to go, "Man, if you would have heard what he said back then, 5 years, that was good." But listen to him now. See? See? I have to have a vision. My vision has to be big enough to inspire others. Some of you, your vision is so little, right? Your light is so little that people can't see it in a dark place. That's an Instagram message right there. Come on, that's an Instagram post. Some of you, your light is so dim, people can't see it in a dark place. They're not willing to follow you because they don't know what it's going to look like in the future. Your why is not big enough. Your vision is not big enough. It's not motivating me. It's not inspiring me. It's not going to make me move because why? Your why is not big enough. You don't know where you're going in the business. What's your vision? Where are you going? What's your why? Sure, you might have told me the business I signed up, but your vision isn't keeping me. It's not. This is good, y'all. This is. I hope y'all writing this down. Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. Keep going, sir.
I'm telling you, this is good. This gonna change some of y'all business. I feel it. I feel it. See, some of y'all don't have a big enough why. There's a good book out there, right? I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. Highly recommend it. Some of y'all might want to read it every now and then. Some gems in there called the Bible. You know, a lot of good wisdom in there. It says you want to be a light on the hill. That makes sense? Now, you ain't got to believe everything. That's on you. You know, I'm not pressing my beliefs on you. But there's some good gems on it. So you want to be a light on the hill. In order for me to see your light on the hill, it needs to shine brightly. If you have a dim light, then I'm gonna be lost. I'm not going to see it. No way I can find you. No way I can find you. Now here's the good news. Here's the good news. There's another good saying out there. It says, "What you seek, you shall find." What you seek, you shall find. And where your heart is, there your treasure will be also. I'm going to bring it together. Don't worry. I'm going to bring it together. What you seek, you shall find. Where your heart is, there your treasure will be also. You want to know why your vision ain't big enough? Because you don't know what you're looking for. You don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you want. What are you seeking for? You want to know why you keep finding problems? You want to know why you keep running into issues and finding issues? You know why you always want to reach out to your upline with something that's going wrong and never want to reach out to something that's going positive, going right, because you're looking for something wrong. You're looking for it. You're seeking for it. Versus seeking, what do I need to do? What do I need to have to hit Black Diamond? I need you to start seeking. I need you to write down your why. I need you to write down your vision. I need you to write down your goals. I need you to write it down and start acting upon it. Start seeking it now. Every day you should be speaking it over your life. Every day you should be telling yourself, I'm going to hit Black Diamond. I'm going to find the right person. I'm going to find my aces. I'm going to find everything I need to build myself up and grow. Come on up. Mr. Brown, I heard this before. I don't care. It's the truth. Now you're hearing it again. Mr. Brown, you talking about all this stuff, the motivational people talking. You know why? Because it's true. I just want to bring another perspective so you can put two and two together and understand it. Where your heart is, there your treasure will be also. See, once you understand what you want, you start speaking over your life, okay? Then you have to realize, okay, what is it that you truly desire? Okay? What is it that you truly desire? See, a lot of times when you get started in business, you go, I want a mansion. I want a Lamborghini. I want this. I want that. That's where your heart is. It's not going to be in people. Does that make sense? Your treasures aren't in people. So people see where your treasure is. It's a material. You don't care about me. You just care about the home. You just care about the materials. You just care about this. You just care about that. So you got to understand, okay, the bigger picture and ask yourself, am I going to be fulfilled with that? If this is what I get. If you got to dedicate and commit your whole life into something, are you dedicating and committing your whole life into a Lamborghini? Is that really what you want? Are you dedicating and committing your whole life into a house? Is that really what you want? You want to move people. You want to inspire people. You want people to find your why and follow your why. You have to have a bigger vision that includes others. You got to do something that is going to be extremely uncomfortable and force you, okay? Force you to an upper echelon to help bring other people up with you. What is your why, Mr. Brown? I know y'all wondering. What is your why, Mr. Brown? You keep talking about this why, you keep talking about this vision. I speak about it all the time. To build people personally, mentally, spiritually, financially. To build an empire, right? To build an empire where I can help people. You don't got to be passionate in pets. That's fine. But see, this is going to create an extra income stream, allow you to build 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month, and use that to apply in other areas and other aspects of your life. And see, when you start doing so, now I'm going to start working with you, okay, to also be building up your community, right? Because I understand if I can create leaders, then I can help the kids. If I can help the kids, now I'm helping generations. Come on, I'm helping generations. Muffling the mic. I'm muffling the mic. I don't know what that means. Yo, it's that. Okay. All right. So now I'm helping generations. See, I understand that my vision is bigger than me. And because of that, okay, because of that, it makes me move, okay, something bigger in myself. It makes me have to shine a light because I understand my goal is to help you. If I don't help you, I'm not fulfilling my vision. I need you to be part of my vision in order for me to be fulfilled. And that's real from within. My vision does not have to be your vision. Understand that. Can it be similar? Absolutely. It can be. I'm not saying it can't be. But I just need you to understand your vision needs to inspire others. And because of that, people can feel where my heart is. You ever feel like, dang, you know, their heart, I feel their heart is in the right place. That's where my treasure is. You're getting a glimpse of my treasure. You're getting a glimpse of my vision. Because you can feel my heart. Why am I pointing out to y'all today? Because I want to see you grow. I need to see you grow. I need to. Now, if you decide not to, that's on you. Okay, it just means that you aren't part of my vision. Don't get me wrong now. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to force people into my vision. No. I understand that some people will come, they won't agree with it, they won't align with it. That's okay. Find a tribe to match your vibe. You have to find a right circle of people to help fulfill your vision. So I need to build and inspire and move people personally, mentally, spiritually, financially, so where they can build other people in their region, in their area, other leaders, where they can go on to help the next generation. We need leaders that build leaders. If I can build you, then you can build your kids or your grandkids. If you build them, they can take that same wisdom and pass it on. Does that make sense? Ladies and gentlemen, I know this wasn't a traditional training, but I had to come from the heart. I had to. I had to. Felt like it was needed. I hope y'all received it. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to get ready for next week. Okay? Next week is going to be next Thursday, the 29th. We're going to be playing a card game. Okay? The winner's of last month. Does that make sense? The winner's last month. Congratulations. They will be announced soon. Okay? And it's going to be called Flip What You Make. Does that make sense? Flip what you make. Thank you, Dr. London, for putting this challenge out here. Okay? And it's a very lucrative game. For those that win, I'm excited for you. It's going to be 3 winners. Okay? Flip what you make. Now, what it is, imagine, okay, we got every single card laid flat. Okay? And depending on what rank you hit, depends on a certain amount of cards that you can flip. Whatever the number is, there's a dollar sign behind it. You flip an 8, you just made $8. Okay? You flip a 2, you just made $2. All the face cards are worth $10. All the aces are worth 20. Okay? Now, Dr. London decided to spice it up a bit. Okay? If those of you that won, okay, you get all 4 aces, right? You pluck all 4 aces, you get an additional, I believe, it's $400 bonus. Don't quote me on these bonuses now, okay? But yes, it's an additional $400 bonus, okay? If you pluck a 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? From any, it doesn't matter. It could be red, it could be black, any sweet, doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, 5, you get an extra $100 bonus, okay? If you get all 3 face cards in the same family, all 3 clubs, all 3 spades, all 3 hearts, all 3 diamonds, all 3 face cards, okay? I think you said there was an additional $300, $200. All right? Third place, you get a plus 10 cards, ladies and gentlemen. Second place, you get 20 cards. First place, you get 30 cards. Hope you're excited. We're gonna have a lot of fun next Thursday. All right? But here's what I need you to do. Okay? I need everybody to understand what I said was real talk today. Okay? And it's time to grow. It's time to grow. We need to change some things from within. Okay? Because we're only going to grow as big as our weakest link. Does that make sense? We're only as strong as our weakest link. We need to make sure all of us are really pushing to become our best selves. This is coming to the final stretch, okay, of the end of the month. And how great would it be if you hopped on the call next Thursday? You got 10 new people on there, and they all seeing all this money being given away. What do you think that would do to them? Don't you think that would excite them a little bit? I think so. Okay? And see, what'll happen is that'll get them going until they see what the real goal is as we work to build them up, just like we're building y'all. Does that make sense? Just like y'all building others. It'll get them excited enough to get them going, get some little mini wins. That's all I needed when I was selling those books, just a mini win. Once I sold a book that was worth $20 for 10, I made $10. That's just the little mini win I needed, right? I just made $10 and went, oh yeah, I'm all in. That's all they need, just a little mini win to get them going, okay? So stretch yourself, push yourself. I want to see your best you. I want to see you grow, okay? So do me a favor, go into the group chat when we wrap up this call. I want you to type the hashtag, let's go, let's grow. all right? And type in something that you're going to grow in, and type in something that you've gained from this part of the day, right? Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I love you, okay? Want to see the best in you. Let's go, let's grow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Thank you, sir.
From the heart. From the heart.
Great rock, sir. Great rock.